sequencing emotion in a delicate formation. Numerology's wisdom is a language of vibration. Welcome to the Numerology Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a numerologist, psychic medium, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's working with spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, precision and heart always enters the equation. Now, here is your host of the Numerology Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Numerology Hour. Hello. I'm Kelly Brickle, and we are diving into all things numbers and discussion. Hello, Cheyenne. Hello. And so thank you for joining me right after Transcend with Debbie. Thank you for letting me pop in a little bit later, just about 20 minutes after. It's great to see everybody. So we'll be going into readings in just a moment. But first, we're going to have discussion on numerical energy. So what I want to kind of continually make for people is numbers more accessible, numbers more understood. And with that said, I think it's really important to know that every day that you live, every day that we are going forward as the world turns, it invites us to meet a different series of numbers. So, like for instance, today it's made up of many numbers. We're June 19th, 2024, but a really influential number that stands out is we collectively are going through an attitude of 7. And so that's adding the month and the day together. And when you have those two together, you're going to unlock a very, very important in calculation. Understanding the flow of the day, the personality of the day. How it relates to your own chart is differently than how it would relate to another person's chart. But we all share that energy. So we're all sharing the energy of 7 right now. And so when 7 happens, it creates kind of like a slow pace. It can lead to spiritual enlightenment if we allow it, because the energy is a little bit softer, gentler, or more introspective. It can lend itself a lot of different ways. The energy will pull back when you enter a 7 vibration. And for the unique days that we all experience, like I said, there's more than just the 7 today. There's also the energy of 1. There is also the energy of 3. So anytime you have certain numbers in numerology that line up together, it'll let you know additional things about the calculations at hand. So 3s and 7s, because it is a life path, 3 today. It's life past 6. Oh my goodness. See, I'm jumping around. 7s and 6s. That's what I want to say. 7s and 6s, they're not harmonious together. Okay? 7s have a different agenda than a 6 does. All the numbers have different agendas, and there's clusters of numbers, and there's certain numbers that get along with each other, and there's others that go, well, I have a different agenda. So I would prefer to do things differently. Hello, Michael. Hello, Cheyenne. I want to say hello to everyone coming on in. Hello. Thank you. Just making sure we have everything lined up. And when you have different numbers at play, what happens is the energy gets more wonky. Okay? So we have a 7, and we have a 6, and we have a 1 today. But it's not a cohesive cake. Hello, Michael. Hello, everybody coming on in. And because of that, things won't go according to plan always, or you might go, why do I feel like it's a weird day inside of me even? The only time that this would not be the case is if your numbers within your own birth chart matched 7, 6s, and a 1, or other numbers that are harmonious with that. So we're all going through these different cycles constantly. And that's why we are made to be different. We're not all made up of the same numbers. We're not all made up of the same energy. It lends itself over time and time again. Hello, Allison. Hello. Everyone, if you have any number questions as you're coming on in, let me know. In just a moment, we're going to go into some readings. And if you also want to be read, if you are open to receiving a reading, pop down your birth date and I'll go into your energy. Whether you have a general just question or you're just open, you can just say general and I'll go wherever I go. Or if you have something about career or finance or relationship, even health, family, travel, numbers are fantastic for understanding what you're going through year to year and month to month and day to day. Hello, Janet. Hello. So people are starting to pop down their numbers. Thank you. And then I'll go to you when we open up the space. So anytime you have an attitude 7, which everyone does have today, again, you are going to have an invitation to slow down. You're going to have an invitation for things to even backfire and go, okay, I'm going to take it as a sign. I'm not going to try to push my luck. I'm not going to try to lean into it. I'm going to have spirit guide it. It's about giving yourself up to a higher logic or a higher intelligence that, is beyond logic, a higher frequency. And that's, to us, is the universe and spirit and what we're continuously learning to understand. So I invite that within you. And also, since we have a Life Path 6 day, I invite you also to use that time for connection of family and use that time for connection of friends, whether it's a quick check-in, a quick acknowledgement. And you can see why 7s and 6s, they don't naturally go together, because 7 is all about, I need my celerity. I need my alone time. I need to take a step back. And 6 is about, I need to connect. I need to be with my friends, family. I need to be of service. Okay. And so again, it's really showcased in the numerical forecast why we have certain energy patterns the way that we do. So everybody, hang on today. I know for some people, they're almost done with their day, and some people are just beginning, wherever you are in the world. But understand that today doesn't have the gentlest energy. It's going to require you to want and do certain things that are of opposing forces. So breathe, hang in there, and just enjoy the ride. So Nina says hello. Debbie, happy Wednesday. And then hello. Oh, hey, Debbie, you say 0317. Girl, what does that mean to you? What does the 0317 mean to you? You pump down numbers. I love it. Michael Christopher. Ooh, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to go to Allison and Michael to open up the space, and then we'll bounce around to wherever we go. I want to say hello to everybody coming in. Debbie. Oh, got it. Oh, you're giving me the first digits. Got it. All right. I thought you were giving me like a sequence. Got it. I will do so. Hello, Christine. Hello. Oh, yeah. Allison's saying that's the St. Patty's Day birthday. Depending on where it lands on the year, that's absolutely right. Janet says, I didn't know that about 6 and 7. Thank you for sharing their meaning with us. Yeah, every every day has configurations, and then there's some that are very, very easy to work with if there is similarity within the vibration. And you have to look at not only the day, but the month and the year. So we're in a year of 8. And so 8, 6s, and 7s, they don't really all get along. And then we're also in a month of 5. We're in a month of 5, and that is a month where it encourages further unpredictability. So we have a lot of really wonky numbers within our day, our month, and our year that will increase kind of the hiccups. And it might feel like there's an uncomfortable feeling within your body where you're just like, today kind of feels weird. So it might be an internal or it might be an external, but yes, the forecast is a little all over the place. Hello, Christine, Cheyenne. All right. Thank you for all the love, everybody. Allison, happy Wednesday from Gloucestershire, UK. I hope I'm saying that right from Stroud, Gloucestershire, UK. I hope I'm saying that right. All right. So let's go into some readings, everybody. I'm going to go into, I'm going to go to Michael Christopher first, and then I'm going to go to Allison, because I said Allison and him were the first two. So, all right. So you have a question about your mediumship path. All right. Let's do this. Okay. So you're in attitude 1, personal day 2, and life path 7. Your life path 8. Awesome. Let me just double check the math on that. And then you are in a cycle of 9. And then you're in a month of 6. Okay. All right. Absolutely. So your mediumship path. I love it. So these are only just a couple of your numbers that I'm pulling up. I always like to tell people these are mini readings, so I can pick up a lot, but to really understand more of your path, or if someone's wanting to go into the meaning of their life, I love to look up their name numbers, and I love to look up their destiny maturity numbers. That's really good when it comes to what you're supposed to be doing with your gifts when you pair them with your life path. But let's go into it. Okay. So immediately you have a life path 8 that stands out. And so the 8 is all about business and enterprise and leading. Okay, leading because you know that there's a better way to do things. It's leading through responsibility. It's not leading through just, I want to be the leader. You'll prefer to be the leader because you know things are going to get done right. It's like that. It's like that. And it calls for you, whether you are a part of a business or having your own business, it calls you always to be in charge. Okay, so I always tell people, if you are working for someone else, you need a lot of independence within your job where people trust you, or you need to be in leadership or management that gives you the flexibility, or you'll just be burnt out all the time. You'll be burnt out all the time, and it will affect health. A lot of times people go into entrepreneurship within this. And so, Michael Christopher, I know this about you because you're a medium. You've been on the show. You're a fantastic medium. But it encourages always for you to step up and to actually be an example for others. It encourages you to say, hey, this is the way to do it, and these are the steps to go about it. Whether I demonstrate it so you understand what truth is, or I teach you through what truth is. So you can choose what vehicle you want to show up and be responsible for, but this life requires you to do that, to continue to refine, to continue to define yourself with higher standards than most people, and to then take it back to the people and say, this is the way that you need to do it, or this is a way of responsibility, and this is a way of me showing up and showing you in reality what it looks like, not what you want it to look like, just what it looks like. And I will always do the best I can. And oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I would love to give you a full chart. Make sure you email me. I'll hook you up, Michael. And so what it requires too as well, because you have an attitude one. An attitude one intensifies some of these things. The attitude one is I need to do things my own way. I need to do things within my own time. And if you tell me something that I think is BS, I'm going to call you out, or I'm going to have a hard time not doing it, or I'm just going to just be like, see ya. Okay. So the eights and ones are very much, it has to be done a certain way. And there's a part of you that has to make peace within that, because as long as you are acknowledging that something is leading you greater than yourself, you can make peace with that and say, I know the way, I know the right way. But it requires you within your life to step up into leadership always. With these two placements, you have a personal day too. This is really nice within the work that you do. It means that people are more likely to feel safe around you, or they are more likely to feel like you have their best interests at heart. So 2 is a very gentle vibration. It's actually like this. It's actually a feminine and healing vibration. It's a loving vibration. It's very nice. It's the mediator. So when you're in someone's space, people initially will be like, oh, okay, I feel the warmth from this person. Sometimes they can't put their finger on it, but that will always contribute to how they feel about you. Another thing is, and I'm sure you've gotten a hold of this, but earlier in life, when people have this placement, people try to take advantage of them. People try to take advantage of them because they will feel soft and kind and sensitive. And so you might have other like men, or even women trying to see if they can up you, or what they can push, or how they can take advantage of you at times. So that is something that you, I'm sure, have learned to rectify and work with. But that is something always that might come up because people feel the gentleness from you. Your attitude one and your life path 8 will put people in line if you need to. So you have that to help bolster. You're in, oh, I love it. So part of the reason you asked the question that you did is because you are in a cycle of 9. And so a cycle of 9 will make us question a mixture of, am I doing the right thing? And I think I know what I want, but I don't feel like I'm there yet. Because this cycle is all about endings and wrapping things up. And the nice thing about it is this year it will go in a flash. You'll kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even have time to plan things. And if you do, they won't be completely exactly what you want, but you'll kind of get little nodes of like, okay, yeah, like that's what I was going for. Okay, I don't feel like I'm off the mark. Okay, at least I have something. So there's these bursts of encouragement, even though it's not exactly what you want. So what happens is there's a healing that goes on. There's a cathartic release that happens in multiple stages this year. Within job, yes, and also within family and very close friends. And usually this year symbolizes forgiveness through family. So you have these perspectives that come up. And this is very important to being a medium and self-development and having a different understanding on how we're all related energetically. But there's these moments where you're going to speak up because you're not playing by the normal rules. You're going to say, I'm going to let this person know how I feel, or I'm going to start treating this person like that because it's healthier for me. And then all of a sudden you're able to do it in a way where you're like, well, that was easier than I expected. Usually it doesn't go like that. Or you tell somebody the way that it is and they respond to you differently. And you're like, well, they don't usually act like that. Again, it's not the way that I expected. So what happens is this happens energetically. And many different systems honor this. So numerology, astrology, and like even like Kabbalic Kabbalic, I'm just going to say Kabbalic numerology, but different spiritual systems like in yoga too, in Vedic understandings, they believe that a person changes every like 9 to 13 years. So it's a little bit different depending on the system. But within numerology, when your 9-year cycle hits, and a lot of them think like 9 to 11, but I've seen 9 to 13 too as well. Um, when your cycle comes to the end, what happens is you shed the old you and you take on the new you, even though you're still Michael, even though I'm still Kelly. And what happens is our connectors to how we go, well, this is reality for me, and I guess these are the rules, they start changing. And they can fall off every 10 years for you, like 9, 10 years, or even like it might double or triple up, where finally you have a release after 30 years, but it took the cycle of endings to bring that into play. So what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of shifts happening, and they will continue to happen until December for you, where you feel like, I think I'm on track, but there's something that I'm missing. Okay. Next year will greatly rectify that. And it's very auspicious because it matches your attitude number. In numerology, if you have a cycle number matching your attitude number or life path number, it means that you're going to feel in your element. It means that you're going to be magnetized towards your purpose. And you might already know your purpose, but it connects you to the people that are going to help you take off with your purpose. It connects you to events and ideas that help catapult things. So you feel, yes, this is what I wanted to do with this. I know what I want to do, but this is what I wanted to do with this. And yes, I can do that now. I've always wanted to do this, or now I've tweaked this and it's even better. So there's these modifications that really come into play next year. And, and they're really, really important. Now, this year, again, it's a very important time because it offers you high creativity. Start to play around. Again, these things won't cement the way that you want them to necessarily, but you can play around and have results. And when January hits, it will really magnify. It's basically like, okay, I was in the training grounds, and then, whoa, it really worked this year. So give it 6 months. Definitely, since we're in June, or I should say 7 months, because that will lead you into January. And then let me look at it. I want to give you a heads up though. So when you hit January, you're going to have like kind of an emotional time. So the holidays around December actually will be a very good time for you to start to network and grow and ideas for next year. And then when you hit January, you might have a little bit of a lull in the energy, because it's going to be a healing and emotional time. It might be just what the doctor ordered if you just give yourself a little bit of grace and pause. But February is really, really good. February is really, really good. And in March. So for the next 3 to 5 months after February hits is really your pocket of fire. Okay. So this resonates very strongly. I'm glad it does. So when I look at somebody who's in a cycle 9, really just be patient. Just be patient and keep doing the work. And what happens is if you push yourself too hard, things will spin out of control because you already are juggling so much. When next year hits, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say, when next year hits, it's almost like you have a motivation and fire, and life like actually opens up for you and allows you to focus on you much more in a way that you haven't been able to. And it's funny like that. Every year with our cycles, we have things that happen to us that makes it either easy to focus on ourselves or others or family or friends or health, or difficult for those reasons. So right now it's purging. You have to heal things from the past. You have to look at family and friends a little bit differently, especially family. clear out old space. You have to get creative and start to dream, and then it's action time next year. And so I'm going to give this to you. All right. And Keith says, I'm on a cycle 8 this year. So it's very important for you, Keith, to look at your health and to really understand everything that you've been doing in your life that has led you to this moment, because 8 is about physicality. So it's about being responsible for what we're creating and to having the hard conversations within ourselves, to say, this is what I've created right now. What am I going to do about it? And this is what's going on within my body. And it's because of, it could be genetics, but it's also environment. And what have you done with the amalgamation of energy that you received up to this point? It's also the invitation to step into your power and to get stronger within your business and to be open and to release money blockages. So money is linked to physical energy. Money is very, very much linked to physical energy because it's ultimately what we have and what we're doing with it on earth. So looking into that and allowing things to change. So I'm going to go to Allison because I said I was going to go Allison next. And thank you everybody for putting down your numbers. I will go to you. Michael says, sorry for the slow response. I'm having a bad delay connection. It's okay. No worries. I appreciate it. I'm glad everything resonated. Where were you? Allison, are you still in the house? I got to make sure that Allison is still in the house. Allison, if you're still here, let me know. Because I said I was going to come to you right after. And please pop down. Okay, you're here. Thank you. And let me get your birth date. Where's your birth dates? Allison. Maybe you're typing it down again. All right, so let me go. Here we go. All right, I found the comment again. So you're 9/24. All right. You're in attitude 6, personal day 6, and then your life path 1. Your life path 8. Nice. We have another life path 8 in the house. And so your cycle is 5. And you're in a month of, your yearly cycle is 5, and you're in a month of 2. Okay. So Allison, let me know if you have a question or if you just want a general. Absolutely, Michael. Absolutely. It's my pleasure. Okay. And then I want to say to everyone, hello to everyone coming on in. Hello, Melinda. It's great to see you. Shout out to Melinda. Hello. Yes. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Nina. And Allison again. Hello. Hello. There's some other people. I'm just making sure I see everybody. All right. Okay. So right away, it lets me know when I see like so many 6s, it lets me know of a very generous person. Okay, this is someone who's very family orientated, connected to, and they think and they put their life around family. Family is everything, and you're very, very responsible within that. 6 and 8 vibrations are very responsible, very sturdy. Okay, and you have both. And so this makes me know that you are somebody who sizes things up. Sometimes black and white, if you can understand this, but can be very serious with how you look at the world. And you said, family means the world to me. Absolutely. And so your attitude 6, that's why you had that intensity, because it's all about how you look out for others and you feel the most alive within life when you are taking care of others, or you're able to help people through hardship, or protect others, or spend your time with the people that you love, and making them feel appreciated is what makes you feel appreciated, by saying, I'm so lucky to have all these people around me. I'm so lucky to have all these people around me. Yes. And I'm going to say it to you. I said it to my Christopher, but since you have a life path 8, it is very important to know this. If you do not have freedom and flexibility, or a place within your job where you are in management and can call the shots or leadership, what happens is you will be very frustrated, because 8s are anti-authority, because they are basically in the energy sphere of, I know how to do it better than most people because I pay attention, I see the details, I know how to do it well. I don't need someone to tell me what to do, or I don't need someone to encroach on my space. So if you don't have space within your job, if you don't have people that allow you to do the things within your own time, or if you're not able to teach others with the abilities that you have, it's time to change the kind of job that you have, whether apply for a different department or a different role. It's time to change things up. And I feel like you haven't always had a job too, as well, where that was the main focus. If you can understand that. So that hasn't always been in the forefront, but it's important to know that with whatever you're doing, you need to be able to, you said, I am a manager. Cool. I am a manager, but as a lone worker, I help my colleagues with less experience. Perfect. Okay, then you're in the place that you need to be. It's very, very important. I'm glad that you can verify that. And there hasn't always been like a need for you to absolutely like love your job, but the key to actually being the happiest, since I'm glad you have the management role at least, is what I said, and also within your 6th energy, to have some type of dynamic where when you are training people, or when people are around you, it feels more like a family system than just a work system. Like people feel personally touched, like there's birthday parties, or there's gifts, or there's some type of like prize or board with like information of people's favorite movies or TV. Like it has to feel more personal in order for you to be happy. Okay, so that comes into play. You're in a cycle of 5 right now, and that is a year of change. It's a year of change. It's a year that forces change. So I encourage you to actually pick up a new skill, or try something out that you go, well, maybe this is kind of crazy, but sure, I'll try it. Because what happens is the 5 is meant to transform you into new experiences. And if you're not taking those new experiences, something will actually push you into new experience. And that can be not as fun. Okay. So when people are in cycles of 5, they'll contemplate moving sometimes, or change in career. But whatever it is, because forgive me, I'm not tuning into those things specifically for you, but it's going to make you feel like, I feel a little bit bored. I need to add something different into the mix. Okay. So for you, I actually am feeling like, I need to travel. It doesn't have to be a class, but I need to kind of like try these one-day experiences or excursions. Sometimes when we travel, we try these new things, so it's not a full-on commitment. But traveling is really, really important, and putting things within the itinerary that you normally would be like, nah, it's not exactly needed. It's not exactly worth it. But I feel like I need to load that up for you. I need to load that up for you. September is a very important month connected to travel. Also October, so it's like it could be both months, or it could be one or the other. So, but I'm getting flash September and October. And so, can you understand planning a trip around this time, or thinking about planning a trip around this time, Allison? So I'm going to give that to you, and then I'm going to just say a couple things. Let's see. Allison is, I can take this. I want to progress my healing and card readings. I have to step up, set up a page, and go live within August. Okay. So yeah, this is about completely changing your way of being. Okay. So you can understand this. So you're going to keep your job, but you want to expand on these skill sets. Got it. That makes sense. Okay. So that's the change. I kept seeing something like spiritual, but I didn't know exactly in what way. So that's very interesting. Thank you. We catch some things, right? And you said, yes, I'm planning to go see my dad in September, October. Okay, good. So within the mixture of what was mentioned for traveling, I'm glad you can understand that. And also what you just said now, this is an excellent time. So a lot of times when I see people have cycle 5 like you, they will like literally get a certification. Let's say they become a yoga teacher, or they start taking stretching classes, and they take this discipline on with them for the next couple years because they're saying, I'm inviting this way of being into my energy. And so it changes who they are because they start to commit themselves on a daily basis differently. I would really like to see you set up a page. I would really like to see you set up a page and to dive in and invite people. I think it's a really, really good idea. June feels like a really good time for that. I got flashed to 6 for that. And so 6 could mean one of two things because it's June right now. But it also could mean that this comes into effect during a 6 month. So that would be in October, but you're traveling and you're going to a 6 year next year. So they're letting me know a lot of things. Okay. All right. I actually think that I would love for you to, I know what they're saying now. I would love for you to set up the page. They're letting me know that this will start for you. And you're going to start sprinkling in things. And I encourage you to get help, like from other psychics or mediums, to help you stabilize the business and start to make strides. The message that's coming in is next year is a really, really good year for you to actually launch some of these things with your healing and card readings. I think, can you understand that you've looked around town and you've looked at businesses, but you haven't really liked what you've seen? And so it's regarding like, oh, maybe I can rent space, or maybe a shop is open to readers. Like you've been looking around town, but it hasn't exactly like really, it doesn't feel like it quite fits. And you said you attend spiritualist churches, and you said it resonates. I have a Facebook. Okay, cool. So you already have it. Okay, you have the page. Oh, you have set up a page. See, I read it wrong. I read it wrong. Okay, so you actually have done this. Okay, and he said, yes, I am. Yes, I need support with the technical side. Okay, all right. Well, I encourage you to reach out to others about the technical side, and I do really feel like next year is when and people are asking me, why would I say next year? Well, your attitude number is the same as your cycle number next year, and that's always about like a smoothness with energy, saying like, I feel like it's my time. I feel like this is the only thing that's on my mind. I feel like boom. And I feel like this year, it's a mixture of things that are on your mind. It's something that you want, but it's still coming into being, like all these little pieces. Okay. So keep working on it. It looks really good. And he said, I was thinking about opening a psychic cafe and selling spiritual gifts and offering healing too. That would be good for looking into starting to set up. That would be really, really good going into. Again, next year is when the energy really opens up. You could do it this year, but it's like the building blocks and everything opening up for that. So I actually do like this year for it. Don't get me wrong. It's actually a very good year too, but it's going to blossom much more. with the next year. So I'm going to give that to you. And the last thing I'm going to say is this month, if you can understand, has been like more emotional already. And I encourage you to use these emotions and these feelings for journaling and to create and go, what next? What do I need? What do I need? So all about self-care and refining and refining. And he said, yes, all is good, networking with like-minded friends. And say, yes, it has. So you're in a month of 2. So it invites you to really take care of yourself. So you feel like you are balanced, because the following month, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, is going to be July, and that's a very, very good month for networking with the business and asking people if they would like to be a part of what you're creating, and for people to actually recommend things for you, whether it's the brick and mortar location or things within technology for your page. So self-care this month, and then next month is really, really good for helping to get these projects off the ground. Next year is fantastic for the rising of this energy. So lots of love to you, Allison, and hopefully that helps. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Debbie. Are you in the house still? Debbie, are you in the house still, love? Let's see. I'm gonna go to, where was it? Janet. Okay. Janet, she said, I would love a reading. I've always wondered about all the 2s on my birthday. Oh yeah, 2. When you have a lot of 2s, I'm gonna do your numbers just to make sure. So when you have a lot of 2s, it does showcase that there's like a theme of like love and coming into your softness, coming into how you look after others, coming into your sensitivities. But we look at the 2s mostly on how the full calculation is, rather than if 2s just are in the date. So for instance, you are a personal day 22, but that's actually a 4 vibration, even though it's an important 4 vibration. So we acknowledge, since it's a repeating number, the 22s, the 2 2s, but we foremost look at the 4. And then your attitude is a 6. We have another attitude 6. And then we have a life path of 3. So even though you have 222, you are, I'm just double checking, yep, you are a 643. Okay, so it's kind of funny like that. Numerology, we don't just look at just the numbers for the numbers' sake. We look at how things add up in certain ways, and that lets us know the vibration. And so that's why calculations and understanding how to do them is so important within numerology, because that's how we really get pinpointed and accurate with the energy. So you're in a cycle of 5. Excellent. All right. So you can take, Janet, some of the things that I said for Allison. So we're all different. We all have different number configurations. It's going to mean different things for us, but we have certain archetypes that are the same. And so on one hand, I really like to showcase that for people, because you could be completely raised differently halfway across the world and born in a different time and have a completely different birth date. But if you both have an attitude 6, you're going to have similar personality traits. If you both have a life path 3, you're going to have similar personality traits to someone who has that too. So these readings are very, very specific, but they're also, funnily enough, archetypal. That's the crazy thing. Some of these archetypes can apply across the board, but you have to have the exact placement. Okay. So we're going to go to Janet. Janet, are you still in the house? Are you still in the house? Janet, are you still in the house? If you're not in the house, then I'm just going to say something really quick and go to the next person. Janet? Okay. So Janet, attitude 6. So this means that you're a very generous person when it comes to the way that you love others and look out for others. Very hard worker, very family connected with how you live your life. You have a 22 personal day. So this means that there's an essence within you that when you wake up in the morning, you feel like you could have done more. You feel like you could have done more. And then there's always something within you that wants to grow and improve. Okay. And so Angela is a 22. So can you understand this feeling too, Angela? So I'm going to go to you next. As a 22, you wake up and you go, I always feel like I could be doing something more. I always feel like I had to be expanding myself and learning something. And it's naturally, you have this like load on your shoulders where you wonder, man, why do I feel like there has to be something more that I'm doing. And Janet, the last thing I'm going to say, your life path 3. So if you watch this on the playback, great. Your life path 3. So with whatever you're doing, you have to be around people and you have to be sharing your voice and you have to be using your creative outlets. And that's how you'll be fulfilled and open and flowing. Okay, Angela. So Angela, can you understand what I said about your energy? Okay, can you understand that? And so, Angela, you are an attitude 3, personal day 4, and a life path 5. Your life path 5. Angela, are you in the house? You said you're open for a reading. I'm going to people who are live and still here. People are popping in and out today. It's that energy I talked about. It's the okay. It's the energy I talked about. It's all over. On Debbie's show earlier today, like we had people freezing, people popping in and popping out. We were trying new things. All right. Thank you, Angela. Can you understand what I said before about the 22 vibration, Angela? Can you understand what I said? And I'll just repeat it really quick. It's about waking up within the morning and feeling like you can always do more and feeling like what you do isn't enough. That there's something else that is out there. Okay, thank you. All right, I just had to make sure. And I wanted to demonstrate that to everybody because if you have certain vibrations, you will feel certain things across the board. That's why numerology is so fantastically cool. So fantastically cool. We are all so similar, but so different at the same time. All right, thank you. You are an attitude 3. And, oh, you said totally. I had to turn that narrative around and know that I am enough. Okay, so as in a personal day, someone said, wow, that's a pink drink. It's electrolytes. Electrolytes. It's water and electrolytes. So yes, it is a pink drink. Are you drinking a bath bomb? It looks like it. No, it's to keep me hydrated, y'all. I need it. All right. So, and it matches. Why not? Okay. So Angela, the personal day 422 vibration that you have, it makes you seem like a serious person on the outside and a very capable person. The wonderful thing about this placement is if you go in for an interview, you will always do well. You'll always do above your average bear. You will always do well. And people will actually ask you more questions than normal too, if you can understand this as well. Every interview that you've gone to, you go, wow, that was longer than I expected. But people have received you well. It's almost like they're invested in you. And that's if you show up and meet the moment, okay? Because what happens is the 4 energy is very serious. It's very reliable. It's very dependable. It also comes across as smart or educated. So when you show up and say, yes, I'm interested in this, your employer or people around you will perk up and go, we have somebody who's capable here. We have someone who's capable here. Your 22s will actually intensify that and make somebody emotionally invested within you. It can have polarizing results, actually, the emotional investment that people have within you because they have such high standards of you that sometimes you go, okay, well, I did the best with that. But it also intensifies these empathetic feelings that other people treat you a certain way too as well and have high standards from you. So you have high standards of self and you receive that too as well from other people. If you can understand this, Angela. Okay, and you just, let's see. You said absolutely, always got the job. Yep, 4s always get the job. I love it. And you say, yes, it can be a lot. Okay, so I love it. If as a 22, you're always getting the job, that is a sign too as well, because the intensity of that number sometimes will cause people to sweat bullets and go, people put so much onto me. People put so much onto me. But the fact that you always got the job, because most 4s always get the job. So it lets me know that you are always improving yourself. You're always improving yourself. And even when you don't feel like you are, you're learning new things. That's what I'm saying. Like, you say that you've calmed the narrative, but I still think you're pushing yourself to quite a high degree. You're pushing yourself a lot. So just the reinforcement of you are not only enough, but you actually have capabilities where people actually want to showcase you and do believe within you and with you, do believe in you. That's what I'm trying to say. And so to breathe and relax and know that as long as you show up, you can't help but succeed. And sometimes showing up for us is more difficult than actually doing whatever we need to do. So we all have these different things within us that like limit us, and people will be surprised. So I feel like people will be surprised at what limits you at times, if you can understand this, Angela. And so as long as that you show up, and as long as you take deep breaths through the hiccups that you think like, oh, I'm screwing up, I'm screwing up, or this could be better, that could be better. I feel like the world is your oyster as long as you can breathe through the mistakes. And a lot of them will be evened out very, very, very easily. Very, very, very easily. Just have patience within yourself. Okay, so what I want to say is you're somebody that is very fun and funny and has like a quirky sense of humor. You just have to allow yourself to open up and be comfortable around people. So this is another part of you that I want to encourage. You have like a very fun personality. Just continue to allow yourself to open up to other people so they can see that, because this is another driving successful factor that will actually help you to get even more opportunities as you go forward. And you said, yes, people put so much on me. It's a lot of pressure. I've been working to show up authentically and present in all spaces. Yeah. And our authenticity it's just like we're human. Like, for instance, so like I've been kind of like I had like not so great sleep the past couple of days, and it was because I wasn't feeling good and things like that. And so I'm showing up for this broadcast, but if you can tell, sometimes like I'm stuttering a little bit, and it's because I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. And sometimes when I'm tired, I trip over my words, and my brain can do certain things where my languaging isn't so clear. So I'm showing up authentically as me and knowing that it's going to be okay, even though I do have what I feel are some energetic setbacks, and that is okay. That is okay. Spirit is going to guide me no matter what. And I feel like, Angela, you can understand this. Spirit is going to guide you no matter what. And you said, yep, I'm quite funny. I do say so myself. Okay, you got to share that more with other people. I think they would think the same. And thank you, Nina. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So I'm going to give that to you. Continue to go forth. This is a good year for you to get more in touch with your emotions, to get more in touch with your healing and self-care. So this is all about focusing on you and allowing yourself to be patient as you progress and be very, very gentle with yourself. Be better with your sleep, be better with your nutrition this year. Don't be afraid that it's not going as fast as you'd like it to. This is about being connected to the depths of why you do the things that you do. Okay, and understanding and connecting to the others of why they do the things that they do, and to not take it personally and just keep going forward. He said, yes, thank you so much. Totally resonates. Grateful. Absolutely. Let's see here. Someone asked electricity. Someone asked, what is numerology? Well, we're here at the Numerology Hour, and numerology is the study of numbers. It's the study of numbers as a system, and it's an archetypical system, and as a way to understand people's personalities and energies, and to actually read numbers as a language so you can understand how to define people through numbers, how to define people's energy with how they make certain decisions, how they go through different life changes. You look into a person's chart, and you can actually understand it and break it down due to systems of numbers. And there's more than one energy system for numerology. So Vedic, Chinese, Eastern European, Western numerology, Vedic, Kabbalic. There's a lot. There's other ones like I can't even think of the other ones right now. There's one with like a K that I can't think of right now. But there's a lot of different energy systems. Hello, Jennifer Rose. What's up, girl? Hi, Janet. Janet, I did your numbers just a second ago. You're going to have to watch the playback. I was calling out for you. Okay? So that's what linked me up to then, Angela. Okay. See, he said, I had to get off briefly, but I'm back. I would still love a reading. Girl, watch the playback. I gave you a mini reading. Watch the playback after this is over. Your reading's in there. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go and let's see. There was one person that I reached out to. Cheyenne, are you still in the house? Cheyenne? Let me know if you're still in the house. I know I wanted to go to you. Cheyenne? Let me know if you're still there. Oh, you're here. Okay, cool. All right, Cheyenne. So you said you're curious about mine. My other house relationship, numerology-wise. My birthday is... Okay. So what were you curious? I can do a general reading on how your like what comes up in your energies, but is there something specifically that you're curious about, Cheyenne? And so if there is, let me know. If not, I'm just going to go in how I go in. 12/21/1983. Just making sure I have those right. And okay. And then are you the January one? Are you January? Just so I understand. So attitude 9, personal day. Yeah, you're the January. I know you are. Okay. And yeah, you said yes. Okay, cool. So your attitude 9, personal day 2, is personal day 8, life path 2. Just making sure. Yep. And then your partner would be attitude 6, personal day 3, and that would be life path 2 as well, I believe, right? Yep, that's right. That's really nice. I like that. And then let me just look at your cycles for 2 seconds, because that will help me understand what's going on too in general. So you're in a cycle of 8, and then he's in a cycle of 5. Okay. And then It's a 5-month for you, and it is a 2-month for him. Okay, so it's right away. I really, you said I thought he was a life path 9, or no, he's an attitude 6, and oh gosh, yeah, no, you're right. How did I miss that? Because you're right. This is why I have to double check everything. Oh my gosh. No, you're right, Cheyenne. Good Lord. Okay, yeah, this is right. This is why. All right, Cheyenne, thank you. So let me understand this. So I have to look at this differently. I do see right away, I do see like compatibility. I do see compatibility, and I feel like you have similar approaches in the way that you care about people, and like your life is very people forward, okay? I do feel like that you show up within people within your own families. So, like I said, you're not. Both of you take care of others. Both of you are not just centered within yourself or your goals. You're very connected to what's going on within your life, within your combined unit, and what he has going on and what you have going on. So both of you are very busy. Both of you are very busy. And so he's a 639. So I just double checked all that. He's a 639. And so this lets me know that this is a social person. This is a very social person, if you can understand this. And there's a lot of changes happening this year for him too as well. So you're wondering, oh, what's going on? And so we talked about it a little bit earlier. When someone is going through a cycle 5 energy, it makes them kind of feel restless. It makes them feel like they want to change something. And so I do encourage to help solidify these energies that both of you go on some road trips, like locally. Both of you get out of the house. It's almost like if you can go to different restaurants, if you can go to different like parks, walking trail, whatever you're doing, mix up the routine, because it will help quell. Sometimes people get distant when they want something to change. Okay. And so that's what I think like part of that energy is. It's just, it's a need for like freedom to figure out with what's going on within themselves. So 5 longs to activate. 5 is a very physical number. It's a mental and physical number. It's basically, it leads to a busy mind, and then the busy mind has to actually act. And if the mind just thinks and ruminates, it breeds a lot of irritability and a lot of pulling away. So there has to be a series of, oh, what's been on your mind? Do you want to do that? Let's do that. And so if you can support him doing those things, or even just going, I remember you said last month you were thinking about this, I cleared my schedule, so yeah, let's do it. It's going to bring a lot of enthusiasm in, because it's not going to be the year of, I don't want to do it, I'm tired, I'm bummed. It's the year of, yeah, let's do it. Actually, sure, wow, I'm surprised, yeah, but let's do it. So there is all this surge for him and you to do different things. You said, I can definitely use a road trip. I've been trying to plan more family dates for us between our busy work schedules. I think he's game for it. And so I would plan it. As soon as there's an open day, plan for it. His energy will open up to be like, you know what, I'm good to go. Normally I'd be tired, but I'm good to go. So I just want to give reassurance within that. I do feel like that it's just a matter of him having the openness to do something different with his energy. And for you, you just have to make sure you look after your health. Okay. So as long as you're doing something that is good for you within your travels and he gets to travel at the same time, it's a win-win situation and both of your energy will go up. Don't just do something because you think it's good for him and you're sacrificing. That's something also that I really, really want to put into play. There's certain things that you would do for him or you think that would be fun, but actually it's going to exhaust you and drag you down, and the answer will be like, that will happen, and then the energy will be offset as the couple. So really, really take care of yourself and you will have the bursts of energy just like he does to get it all done. And so that's really the number one thing coming across. It's just like, Cheyenne, take care of yourself, really listen to your body, and you'll have what you need to help uplift and direct the relationship, because I do think like you're really you're someone who guides him. You're someone who guides him, and when you don't have energy to guide him, it's almost like you wonder like, well, the energy seems off, and it's just like you give him a lot of healing. You give him a lot of reassurance and comfort, and you help, I feel like, listen to his problems because he takes on a lot with others. And so he'll kind of relay to you, oh, this is what happened. And people are always coming to him to confide within him or ask him solutions. And I feel like you're his bouncing board. So as long as you take care of you, the relationship really does solidify and both of you will breathe more. Okay, so I'm going to give that to you, but I like your energy dynamic. Just take care of yourself. With that said, everybody, thank you so much for being in here. And I will see you on Friday for the Psychic Hour. And I also will see you on Friday at 11 a.m. for Embracing Infinity with Jennifer Rose and her guest that she has on. And with that said, love and light. Oh, and here's Jennifer in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Aspen. Yes, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Michelle. Absolutely. You said, that's definitely true. He typically holds in a lot, but vents to me. Yeah. Just you're helping to guide and disperse energy. So just take care of yourself, and you can do that. Absolutely. Myra, third strike out. Girl, every time do you come in, don't you know? I'll pull a card for you really quick, Myra. I hope. Myra's great. I love Myra. There's so many people popping in and out. My apologies. There's so many people coming in, especially at the end, that I try to get to as many people as I can. Myra, you got the Growing Force card. This is about getting out of your comfort zone into allowing yourself to have room to grow. This is about nourishing yourself with foods to give you energy, because when we do more, we need more energy. Okay? So we need more energy to do more. I love you. Love you too. I've known Myra for a long time. So I'm giving you a hug, girl. And Jennifer Rose's guest on Friday is Daniela Florio. So please join us for that and the Psychic Hour on Friday. Love to you all. Oh, Arlene, so sad to catch the end of this. Well, thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming on by. And everyone else that was here, like Lance, the coin collector, Lance, let's see, Keith. I want to say hello, happy summer solstice to Keith, Nina, Pineapple David, Chungus, Mr. Fabulous, again, Cheyenne, there was more than one Allison, Tina, thank you. Lily, I didn't even get to Lily's question, but thank you, Lily, for coming on in. Melinda, Aspen, Michael, Christopher, thank you, everybody. I will see you next week. And yes, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Bye, everybody.